Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the Nintendo channel. Okay, so we're back with our third Reddit video. Again, I'm slowly getting into these. I'm slowly getting better at these at doing these Reddits. I'm actually quite enjoying doing them a bit. As I say, like you guys seem to be enjoying it as well. So yep. But anyway, we'll go on with our first one. Okay, so with the confirmation of a new 007 film, who should be the next James Bond? Now. I can tell you, yeah, there has been confirmation that they are making a new 007 film. However, it's not going to be James Bond because obviously, spoiler alert here, in the previous James Bond film, obviously James Bond died, so it's going to be someone else taking on the 007 mantra. So it's not going to be James Bond. That's going to be 007. So yep. But let's just take a look at who I think should, yeah, take on the new 007. Straight away, off the bat here, we've got Henry Cavill. I wouldn't be too mad at that, to be honest. I think, like, he's a pretty good option, I would say. Yeah, Henry Cavill's definitely up there. Idris Elba, again, he is somebody who, again, would be a very good option. But Idris Elba has come out and said he doesn't want to do it. So, I think that rules Idris Elba out. So, yep. Chris Hemsworth. This would actually be a very good option. Yeah, this is kind of a wild card option, Chris Hemsworth, but I think Hemsworth would actually be quite good. Yeah, yeah. So Hemsworth is definitely a kind of an underdog, shall we say? Yeah, but I think like he could actually be quite good at this, Chris Hemsworth. Chris Evans, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Chris Evans, would be that good in the James Bond, well, not James Bond, but the 007 films. Um, I don't really think it's his kind of style. I don't think it's his kind of acting style, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't think so. Jason Momoa again. I don't think so. I don't think it would fit his kind of acting style. So yep. Um, so yeah. Also, is there no females in this? Because we've always heard that there might be some females, there might be a female taking on the 007. Yeah, it might be a female. So yep. So yeah. So is there no females in this list? But anyway, Jason Momoa, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Jason Statham, again, another wild card, somebody who you wouldn't think, but would actually be quite good. But so yeah, I think like I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at Jason Statham, playing being a 007 film. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Okay, so but who would I think? Who would I think? Yeah. I'm really liking this idea of Chris Hemsworth. Again, like I think like he would be an underdog kind of thing, like somebody who you wouldn't think. Do you mean yeah? To take on the 007, but I think he would actually be very good if he did take it on. I think he would be actually very good, and I can kind of see it happening, kind of. But I think my option, I think Henry Cavill. I'll say Henry Cavill. Yeah, will take on, but yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one on that list, but I think like it's Henry Cavill for me. Will be the next 007. But again, like it could be a girl. We've heard some rumors that it could be a girl taking on the 007 name. So we don't actually know. So like yeah, it might be a girl. It might be a female. Okay. Aiden, how do you feel about the confirmation of a new James Bond film coming? Again, it's not a James Bond film. It's a 007 film, but as I say, it's not James Bond because James Bond obviously died in the last one. Again, spoiler alert. So yep. But again, like I watched Skyfall and I watched Spectre and I watched No Time to Die, and I have to say I really like those films. So yep. Um, but yeah, so yeah. But like I don't really know how to describe it. Like I'll probably go and watch it. I'll probably will watch it, but like I'm not a huge double. It's not like my favorite franchise, 007 films. But yeah, honestly, I'm not mad at it. Do you mean yet? Like I feel like it could be quite good. Just depending on like who's in it, what's it about, kind of thing. But yeah, as I say, like right now, it's a bit too early for me to tell. So yep. Put that in paprika from Morse of me. Yeah, that's from Monsters Inc. So yeah. It's so funny. I love the put that thing back where it came from Morse help me franchise scenes in the movie. It's so funny. So yep. So yeah, I feel like though you've got to sing it like Mike Wazowski does. every time it's not something you can say. You've got to sing it like Wazowski does. Put that in back where it came from, also help me. And then this one as well, 2019. Again, it's another one that you can't just say. You've got to do the voice with that one as well. 2019, we are at 2019. But yeah, that's another one from Monsters Inc. It's again like 2319 and put that thing back where it came from. Monster Hill B is just two of my favorite things from a film. It's so funny. So yep, and I can already see B movie. Okay, let's just get this over with. Okay, which one do I hate more? B movie, going to be quite difficult to beat, or Chicken Little. B movie, B movie. I don't. I hate B movie more than I hate Chicken Little because it's not essentially like I don't hate the film. It's just butt cock I hate from Chicken Little. Whereas B movie, I hate the whole film. Do you mean yeah? But like Chicken Little, for me, it does have some like redeemative qualities. It's just butt cock. Yeah, that makes me hate this film as much as I do. It's just that one character, just butt cock. Hey Aiden, hi, how are you? In the spirit of Valentine's Day, what is your favourite romantic film? Um, okay. So obviously Valentine's Day was Friday. So yep. So and again, like, I'm not a huge romantic film, kind of guy. But I have watched the Love Actually. So I'd probably say that. Again, I do like the Bridget Jones films. So yep. But again, like I'm not a huge romantic kind of film kind of guy. Um, okay, and also um, Valentine's Day. Um, I especially don't like Valentine's Day because I've never I've never been in a relationship with anybody, so I don't like Valentine's Day because I've never been in a relationship with anybody. So yep, there we go. Okay. Hey Aiden, hi, how are you? Who's your favourite Ghostbuster? Okay. So straight off the bat, we can see part of Egon Spangler, kind of like yeah, that's Egon Spangler. So yeah, Egon's very high up there. I have always liked Egon, and so, yeah. Winston again, another character I do really like from the original Ghostbusters. I do really like Winston. Oh, Gary Gruberson, played by Paul Rudd. Again, I do like him. He's a good character. So yeah, good character to have. Podcast. Podcast is very high up there. Oh, that's tough. It's between podcast and Egon. I'll think about that one. But yeah, podcast and Ghostbusters Afterlife is just made that film. He's extremely funny in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Phoebe, again, I do really like Phoebe Spangler. She's a good character to take on the span to like build the Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters franchise films around. I feel like yeah, and I feel like she does a good job. So yeah. Peter. So this is Ray Stans, again played by Dan Aykroyd. I really like Dan Aykroyd. So yeah, again that's another one. That's another tough one. Peter Venkman, again, he's, if you ever watched the Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, again, like he was he essentially, he was essentially podcast, like he just made the original Ghostbusters. He was so funny, in that, Bill Murray, but I don't really. I'm going to be honest. My opinion of him in the recent Ghostbusters films have kind of changed slightly. I feel like he's the kind of most boring parts, of like the newer Ghostbusters films. So yeah, but um, okay, it's between Podcast and Egon. It's between Podcast and Egon Spangler. I'm going to say Podcast. I'm going to say Podcast because, like, as I say, Podcast is just extremely funny in Ghostbusters, in Ghostbusters Afterlife, and he is, like, as well, like, he's very, very funny in, Frozen Empire, but like Ghostbusters Afterlife, he takes the word funny to a different level. To me, yeah, like, yeah, so yeah, so for me, it's going to be Podcast. But there we go. That's another video here for you guys. Please do keep these, coming, because I do really like these. I do really like these, doing these videos. And yeah, I mean, yeah. And so yeah, so please do keep uploading to this Reddit. And I will see you all in the